Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Randall Herrera. And so this is going to be the last video I make on the Fringer adapter with the Fuji XT2. I did make a video before on it. I'll put the link below in case any of you haven't watched that. But a quick recap of what happened. I took it out with the Sigma 18-35 on a portrait session, and I got a lot of missed focus. I came home, downloaded the pictures, looked up to my computer, and it's just so many pictures out of focus, just a little bit front or a little bit back, and it just didn't work well. So I did want to continue testing it. I do also have the 35L Mark II lens. These are the only two Canon lenses that I have, the Sigma 18-35 and this 35L. About a week and a half ago, I took it out on another portrait session. I tried again. This time I was checking constantly my focus. After every 2 or 3 pictures I was checking it, and I was just getting constant out of focus pictures. So that's not good. It's, you know, I did manually focus, and keep in mind these are portraits where there isn't a lot of movement, and so I'm using the default settings for continuous focusing and for what, you know, any sort of autofocus. I've not tweaked the sensitivity or the speed or any of that, you know, that you can adjust in camera, just because I don't feel that I should have to. Not for portraits, not for standing still. I mean, if a model moves, it's what, from an extreme move would be from, you know, standing here and then maybe moving way over this side. But really, that's it. I don't do wildlife. I don't do sports. I don't do any fast action. The fastest action I do is maybe some street photography. And so I've never touched any of the settings for autofocus. The firmware is up to date on the camera and on the adapter. So shouldn't be an issue. So basically, I wouldn't really recommend buying this adapter if you don't already own Canon lenses. If you happen to be a Canon shooter and you've added a Fuji camera, and sure, why not? You can use the other lenses now. You will sacrifice autofocus capabilities, but you know, if it's just for experimentation, just to kind of mess around, that kind of thing, casual stuff, why not? I definitely wouldn't use it for something that's really important to you. You know, like the Sigma's MC11 for the Sony, or the Metabones for the Sony. I would say use it for paid work. Use it for something important. Check your stuff, but you get enough of a keeper rate. You get enough pictures in focus. Of course, you're not going to perform. No, you don't. Rarely, I don't know if ever, are you going to get native-like autofocus with any adapted lens on any camera. It's always going to perform a little bit less, and that's okay. Like I said, with the Metabones and the Sigma adapters for Sony, I would definitely say yes, use it for paid work. Just just make sure you get an extra shot or two for the super important moments, you know, or keep checking your focus, or double check or triple check. With the Fuji and this adapter, I would not say, you know, if you're gonna do a portrait session that's important to you, fine, but I would say manual focus. Don't rely on the autofocus at all. I wouldn't. Not with these two lenses. Maybe there's other lenses where it works much better. I believe this is Fringer's first or second attempt at an adapter for Fuji. I probably should have researched that before I made this video, but in any case, I'm sure Metabones wasn't working that great on their first attempt. So I think Fringer made a good first attempt, if this is a first attempt. But otherwise, like I said, I don't suggest buying it if you don't already own Canon lenses. Now, there is one hope for this adapter to remain in my possession, and that is with the Fuji's XT3's improved autofocus, if it somehow works better. Is that possible? I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know. But that's probably the only way I'll end up keeping this adapter. So the thing for me is, again, this is for me, you know, I only own these two Canon. Well, I own a couple more Canon lenses, like EFS lenses that, you know, for my old T4i, but I don't really shoot Canon anymore. I have an old T4i, but I don't really, and a Rebel, a T7i. It's not really mine. it's my girlfriend's, right? But I do use it sometimes for video, and for most part for video, just because the autofocus is works very easily. But this lens is too much for that. I was using this on the Sony a7R III, but I'm just not using it anymore. So I'm probably going to get rid of all my Canon lenses, and at that point the adapter might as well go too. I was really one of the biggest reasons I got this adapter was in hopes for the Sigma 18-35 to work out well, and if that worked out well, then I might have went out and got the Sigma 50-100 1.8 art lens. Fuji doesn't make anything like that, so and those are nice lenses for portraits. But other than that, I mean, there's nothing really that Fuji doesn't make that you're gonna get on the Canon side. Like I said, I did shoot the 3 lenses, the 35 Canon, the 35 Fuji, which is shooting me right now, and the Sigma Art. I switched them around. The only difference is that these go to 1.4, the Fuji and the Canon goes to 1.4, whereas the Sigma only goes to 1.8. And in the pictures you're about to see, that did not make a difference at all. That, that little bit of shallow depth of field. And I wasn't even shooting constantly wide open. I just don't do that normally. I'm gonna play the pictures. I'm not even gonna tell you which was shot with which lens, just to show that it really doesn't make a difference. So there is no, yes, this 35L is a beautiful, sharp lens, awesome image quality. If I started doing a pixel peeping kind of thing where we're zooming in at 2000%, it's probably sharper than Fuji's 35 1.4, probably, maybe, I don't know. I didn't test it like that. I didn't do all that testing. All I saw was what it looked like on my computer screen. They were both sharp. It didn't make a difference, in my opinion, at all. And we're talking about the difference, I would say, is in perhaps for build quality. This is a weather seal lens versus Fuji's isn't, but you're gonna lose that when you adapt, so who cares? Maybe it's a little bit more solidly built, better optics, that kind of, but again, image quality, when you're looking at it on your screen, and even if you're printing it, relatively large, I don't think you're gonna see the difference. I mean, and if that's the only difference people are seeing is that maybe a little bit of chromatic aberration, then you failed. Then I failed as a photographer in making anything worth looking at if the only thing people are looking at is, hey, you should have shot that with a Canon lens instead of a Fuji lens. I mean, so like I said, I think I'm done with the Fuji, with the Fringer adapter, unless, like I said, the XT3 can do something to save it, to make it worth keeping in my bag. Otherwise, it's probably gonna sell. I'm probably gonna end up selling it soon after I sell this lens and the Sigma. I think that's it for this video. I'm gonna play some sample images. Like I said, I'm not even gonna label which one is which. If you guys want to take a wild guess, you can. I may or may not tell you the answers to the pictures, but that's it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do have some more content coming out very soon. Some portrait sessions I did with the XT3, testing the new or the improved eye autofocus, which is improved. And that's about it for this video. So I'll see you guys next time.